with Hanna Niklewicz, or for any of you who see it spelled out, you can say Niklewicz if you want to, but she probably won't like that.
I hate
It's
it.
Hanna Niklewicz.
Speaking of languages, right? Pronunciation.
Am I even saying that properly? Niklewicz, is that?
It's a lot better than Niklewicz. It's Niklewicz.
Niklewicz, with that little ch at the end, right? Niklewicz. You got it.
Cha-cha-cha.
And his name is Polish, right?
Indeed.
And you speak Polish.
I do, yes.
Yes. And you speak
My second
Spanish
language.
and a little bit of English.
Tiny bit.
Good. Well, tell us, Hanna, you were just starting out. You spoke Polish as like a native language when you were growing up, or?
Yeah, it was one of those things that, I was born in the United States to immigrant parents from Poland. And they initially wanted me to speak just English. They hadn't actually considered teaching me Polish. And what happened when I was about the age of 2, 3, my grandmother, my mom's mom, came to visit us for a little while. And she didn't speak any English. In fact, she only speaks Polish. So it was because of her being there that I learned Polish. And it was one of those, processes that is, I think, considered acquired language, where you don't focus on the nitty gritty, the grammar, the why. You don't compare. You're young. You just kind of absorb it, take it in, say, okay, that's how you say this word. That's how I express myself in this sentence. So maybe grammar in Polish is not my strength, but I do like grammar in other languages, ones that I have actually focused on, studied. English, for example, having lived in the States, you had to learn grammar in school. You had to know what a verb was and how you conjugate it and why.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated having to do that in school. You ever have to make the sentence diagrams?
Yes.
They have to, yeah.
I'm one of those nerds.
Yeah, you liked it?
I did.
No.
I did. We even did that in my master's because I studied translation and interpretation. And I guess if you're going to study that, you have to enjoy those diagrams.
I couldn't even draw a straight line, They're all crooked or curvy or.
No straight lines needed. Come on.
Hated that. But great. Somebody's got to love it. There's got to be accountants and
there are
people that like to do sentence diagrams and stuff. And what about Spanish? How old were you when you started learning Spanish?
Ooh, I moved to Mexico when I was 24 years old. And obviously I knew the basic numbers 1 through 10. I knew how to say cerveza, hello, goodbye, and bathroom. That's pretty much it. The basics. What you need.
Good way. Yeah, that's a good start.
To start with.
Yeah, cerveza, baño.
And numbers.
Cuatro.
Hello, goodbye, you're done.
Yeah.
Right? Cuatro cervezas. Por favor, I could say thank you. Be polite about it.
Okay.
But I would say that I noticed a spike in my Spanish when I was 27. And that was because I got married to a Mexican man. And we went to Asia for about 6 months or a little bit more for our honeymoon. And in Asia, English is the language that people are speaking. It's the language of the empire. Everybody should speak English in order to communicate globally. So of course, in Asia, there would be people from Asia and all parts of the world, and English was the language that we all communicated in. So Raul and I had to come up with a decision. Were we going to choose to speak Polish between the two of us or Spanish? I barely knew any Spanish. He knew absolutely no Polish. And we chose Spanish because we thought it would be easier. Polish is quite a complex language, as a matter of fact.
Really?
So we chose Spanish, and he would give me these mini lectures, not lectures, but lessons, vocabulary, ideas of how to say certain sentences. And when I came back to Mexico from Asia, my Spanish was a lot better.
That's pretty incredible. Nobody would ever think of learning Spanish that way.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Where'd you learn? Well, I learned Spanish in Asia, where nobody spoke Spanish to me except one person.
That's it. So that helped the ball roll. And I'd say more than anything, already having 2 languages in my brain, in myself, English and Polish really helped open the door for a 3rd language. And having a 3rd language opens the door for a 4th language, and so on and so forth. I feel like the more languages you know, the more similarities you can find between them.
Do you have any theory or hypothesis as to why that is?
Well, I remember I saw in a lecture in linguistics, somebody mentioned that the bilingual brain is one that says, okay, I understand that this object is a chair, but my brain is open to the accept that it's not just a chair, it's a silla. And it's not just a chair silla, it's a krzesło, right? And then you start giving it different terms. You're already saying it could be so many different terms. Whereas if you're just, monolingual, you tend to just kind of focus on the one that you have. I don't know if it's because being bilingual just opens your brain and opens the possibility, perhaps.
Yeah, I think there might be some cultural aspects as to why things are called what they're called too. For example, if you say chair, I guess I would say chair, it's something that you sit on. But I don't know, maybe in a different language, the word that they have for chair represents something that's more than just something that you sit on. It represents, I don't know, something else. And that something else kind of interweaves with other words that they have in their language that have to do things. And that openness to that, I think, is, yeah, like you say, something that comes with already being bilingual or learning another language.
Absolutely. And the fact that you're learning this other language shows that you are already prone to being open-minded. And I
Yeah.
think that's a really big step.